Well, we said that we were going to surprise you guys with where we're going this week. We're about an hour and a half outside of Big Bend National Park, and we're in the middle of nowhere. Hello.
Welcome to Big Bend. And your map and newsletter and a list of things that are open and closed in the park.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
You too.
So we are at Big Bend National Park. We told you guys that we had a little surprise for you this week. We actually weren't sure that we were going to be able to get in here.
Surprise for ourselves too.
Yeah, so Steph, something happened with the reservation system, he said.
I called a couple days in a row. One of the days I called, nobody picked up. Another day they said, oh, I don't know if we have any openings. Our reservation system's down. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so Steph called him back the next day. And he said, oh yeah, we got room.
Yeah.
They're operating at what?
I think 50 or 75%. I don't think they're full capacity yet.
Well,
it's January 2021. And we're actually staying at Rio Grande Rv Village. There's multiple parks throughout the park.
multiple RV parks or campgrounds?
Yeah, but this is the only one that has full hookups. Normally we'd like to boondock, but we've been boondocking the past couple nights, so we're looking forward to some hot water, running the heater, coffee in the morning.
Showering.
So, only one with full hookups. It's definitely just a parking lot. It's no frills. $37 a night as of January 2021. So we're gonna go get in our site.
I see and imagine.
And go from there. We don't really have a plan, as this whole trip has been.
Steph said that we got an end site.
Yeah.
So.
We're at site number 12, which is on the very end. Didn't request that. Fingers crossed it gives us a little extra space.
All right, let's go get this bad boy parked. So we came down to the Hot Springs Trail because we wanted to see if we could get to the hot springs.
I was very excited to be outside.
Which looks really cool, but everything is closed due to COVID.
Not everything, but the hot springs are closed.
Well, the hot springs is closed anyway. So we walked just a little bit to the left, and this is the Rio Grande, and that's Mexico.
So we may not be able to get out of the country this year, but we're close.
We almost reach it. The water actually looks really cool right here.
Really cool.
We're right at sunset here, so it's really pretty right now. So you can actually walk up the road from the campground. It was a maybe 10-minute walk or so to get to the hot springs from the campground.
An interesting walk.
An interesting walk. We saw a bobcat.
That's so cool.
And a group of javelina wild hogs, so that was kind of neat.
Which made us a little nervous, but a car came through along the road and kind of scattered them. Didn't hit them, just scattered them. So they weren't directly on the road when we were walking by.
Like, just to clarify, it did not hit them.
One of the reasons we came this way too is that Big Bend is not dog friendly like a lot of national parks, but dogs are allowed on the roads. So we didn't do a trail tonight because we got here a little late, but we walked the road because Callie couldn't.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to leave her behind tomorrow, but we'll be sure to show you guys around Big Bend some more. We're gonna do some hiking hopefully tomorrow, get settled in for tonight, enjoy full hookups, even though it was only 2 nights. But we were getting set up earlier and I was like, babe, I stink.
I didn't want to say anything, but...
So, really cool sunsets here. Really looking forward to being back in the west.
hopefully we can get back to the camper before the sun goes all the way down and we have to figure out where the javelinas and the bobcat are.
All right, let's go. Well, good morning. Two things. Our water froze last night. Not all 36 degrees are created equal.
The low was only supposed to be 36, so we're like, it's fine. The heated hose wouldn't reach. If you do stay at that campground, know that the hoses have to be pretty long depending on the setup of your camper.
Yeah, I think it must have been maybe 30 feet, maybe 35.
Yeah.
So we have a 50-foot hose. I thought it'd be okay. Didn't think it was gonna get that cold. This is the second time we've been on camera and our water's froze though, so.
So again, encouragement to people who are intimidated by RVing or this lifestyle. Everybody messes up.
Anyway, second thing, we're at Santa Elena Canyon Trail this morning.
Yep.
It's a 1.5 mile trail, not too far. It is on the other side of the park, so it took us about an hour and a half to get
Just
here
to
this
drive,
morning.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna hike down, check it out, and then we're gonna go back and check out some other stuff before we head back to the camper and let Callie out because you can't have dogs. So the plan was to go to the Lost Mine Trail. The whole road's under construction right now. So I guess it's closed like 3 times a day or something.
Yeah, so Chisos Basin, I could be mispronouncing that yet again. Chisos Basin is like the middle of the park, kind of the mountain area, and there's a road that goes up to it. Very narrow, very switchbacky.
Yeah, it says at the beginning of the road, no campers over like 25 feet. And
no trailers more than 20.
Definitely not.
So it's open and closed certain hours of the day, and so we were trying to get up here before it closed again, and we're like, yeah, we made it. We got up here. But the Lost Mine Trail, the trailhead's partway down the road, so we weren't sure if we could park there and we'd be stuck because of the construction or not. I was driving, I kind of panicked. So we got up to like the lodge visitor center area.
So we're gonna just eat lunch here, I guess. And there's other trails around the area too that are, you know, just shorter trails. So we might just do that, just eat lunch and do a little bit of hiking and then get back. Callie's been in the camper now for a while.
A few hours.
But the road is closed from 1 to what time?
So 8 to 11 it's closed, then it reopens from 11 to 1, and then closes from 1 to 3, and then reopens 3 to 7.
So it's actually closed right now until 3 o'clock.
So we're stuck up here one way or another, and that's fine. It's just 2 hours. We'd kind of planned on that, but we'd planned on hiking those 2 hours. So
yeah, so eat lunch, do some hiking, and then maybe around 3 o'clock get back so we can let Callie out. Yeah. Maybe just kind of hang out this afternoon around the campground.
Would you say we had to reroute our plans?
Oh yeah. Huh? You don't have any camera equipment though. How we doing, kid?
We're doing out of shape.
Oh man. Straight uphill on the last part of this.
This is good for us, right?
That's what they say.
Whoever they is.
Well, good morning. It is our last day here in Big Bend. We're taking off this morning. Just wanted to kind of wrap up our time here.
I'm glad we came. It was a little out of our way on the route to Lake Havasu, but I'm glad we came still.
Yeah, it's really neat. It got us that feeling of being actually, you know, out west again, or southwest, I guess.
Yeah. It's definitely a huge park, so plan accordingly. We were only here for 2 nights and we didn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah.
It's what, 800,000 acres? Like we said, it takes about an hour and a half to drive from one side to the other. So we stayed at the RV park with full hookups on the east side?
Yeah, it's on the east side of the park. So in order to get to the cool trail, which is called what?
The Santa Elena Canyon.
Santa Elena Canyon, which we did yesterday. It's about an hour and a half. So this is the only park that has full hookups. We don't necessarily need full hookups all the time, but we needed to kind of recharge.
Yeah.
So we decided to stay here.
On this side of the park, there are hot springs we wanted to try, but they're closed down due to the situation right now. There's also, I think this is so cool. I would love to come back and do this. There's actually a port of entry, a border crossing over to Mexico, and obviously closed down right now as well, but that sounds like a really cool thing to do someday.
Yeah, so I guess normally you can pay like $5, take a boat over, and I guess there's a little town over there that you can walk around and do shopping and stuff. Yeah. So that would have been cool too. Again, COVID, but that's just part of it. So
but we still enjoyed our time here. Yeah.
So the only other thing that I would mention is that we're here in January of 21, and the road going to the
Chisos Basin, so the middle part, the mountainous part of the park.
Yeah, so and that was kind of a mess because we wanted to go hike there, and it was all under construction yesterday, and we missed our turn and ended up going into the village, and we talked about the road closure. But just know that if you're coming anytime soon, that road is closed due to construction throughout the day.
It looks like it's probably going to be closed for a while still. They still have a lot to work on, but
so highly recommend this RV park. Just know that it's a little further away from everything.
No frills, yeah.
This isn't ran by the National Park Service. This is owned by another organization. The actual park RV parks are open right now, but they're only open at I don't know what the website says, but it looked like maybe 25% capacity.
Yeah, we walked over to the one on this side. There's Rio Grande Rv Village, which is the one with full hookups run by a concessionaire. And then there's Rio Grande Village, which is an RV park that doesn't have hookups. It's run by the National Park Service.
So we're not sure exactly where we're going tonight. We don't have cell service either to call places, so we're gonna get out of the park and maybe go north. We're not sure exactly where yet. So if you guys are new here, consider subscribing and following along with our unplanned adventure.
Potentially rerouted adventure. We'll see you guys next week.